college football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Will get this season underway as toe meets leather. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. On the run, it's Hill. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's
picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Job number 1 for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's not going anywhere to start the night as the home team greets their visitors rather rudely. Let's take a look at the big picture for Louisville. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. On 4th down, looking to pass. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
From the gun, give on the inside. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A little release to the back. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Oh, there's an alley on the left. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Huskies have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to barge in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, 1st and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll send the tight end in motion. The give. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He wants it all. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on the heat. Got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. They'll move the tight end. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Trying to get the corner. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
The sure hands, it's Lawson. Great move, now he's got room. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. And we've come to the end of 1. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. This quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On the direct snap, it's Green. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
On the direct snap, it's Hill. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone.
Sneaks into the end zone.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
Then try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All right, guys, let's talk for a minute about Louisville. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're...
Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Looking downfield on 1st down. can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I bet you
don't. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Running back searching for a hole. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Unloads quickly. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Turning it on. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Washington.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the offense coming out ready to attack. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Sets up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Cardinals have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Quarterback extends the play. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Finds his man. It's Reinbold. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a... by this defense to get the football. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. In the backfield, it's Johnson. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Breaks into the open. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They'll go with a direct snap. Powers through the defender. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Finds space on the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Reinbold. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Reinbold. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Makes the grab. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to get it in. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Fourth and goal from the 4, and look at this. The offense still on the field. They'll go for it. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. Touchdown Cardinals. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And the extra point is good. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going right to work up top. With the catch, it's Green. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Caught over the middle. It's Lawson. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Kick comes up a little short, and now he's thinking kick 6. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped? They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's first down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Bringing it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Washington. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just, he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Took care of it himself. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Huskies. And they turn it into a defensive score.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Oregon has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 20 over the Judicials. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Back to pass on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete after... a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
The Cardinals are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Reinbold. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. No huddle here for the offense.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they
snags it at the 30 and still running. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Oh, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Trying play action. Got it in the middle. It's Golden. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
But that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Tight end finds a soft spot. He'll get in there as they draw 2 points closer. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads it left. Found the spot in the defense. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
He's brought down at the 6th, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Husky! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
15. Fielded in the end zone. It's Penny. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Offense is headed back out on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time, Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some.
He lets it fly. He's got it down the right side. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Reinbold. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
And the Cardinals have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Touchdown, Cardinals! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And it's picked off right at the goal line. Inside the 50. At the 30.
Nice coverage, jump the route, create the interception, and then it looks like he could go all the way. Oh, so close.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hill. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Huskies can really attack on this second and short. Direct snap. Oh, he's got some space. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah,
he caught it. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for a deep man. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Finding open areas. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like...
There he goes! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
The give to the big fullback. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And they're kind of going to their closer now, right? Like they give it to the physical guy that gets downhill, north-south, right away, hard to tackle, falls forward, paving holes, and this is a good opportunity for this offense to keep pounding and try to run that clock out.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. Second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies!
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
21. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Pressure coming. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback, Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
On 4th down, going to the air. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
2nd down coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
With the catch, it's Johnson. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The give to the fullback. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And this fullback is just dependable, and he's versatile. He's not just a guy that can block. He can catch the ball, and like you saw right there, you can hand it off to him, and he can generate you explosive plays.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. You saw it on that play.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's down.